780 million pounds of plums. That's roughly the weight of 3 Great Pyramids of Giza rolling off American orchards every single year. But how do we go from delicate blossoms on branch tips to truckloads of juicy, ruby red fruit bound for breakfast tables around the world? In this farm-to-table journey, we'll peel back the curtain on plum harvesting, meet the people powering American plum farms, and see how sustainable farming practices keep our orchards healthy and our bellies happy. Strap in, because by the end of this script, you'll never look at a plum the same way again. Today's plum orchards have deep roots, literally and culturally. Plum cultivation in North America dates back to the 1600s, when early settlers brought over stone fruit varieties from Europe. Over the centuries, breeders crossed those old world trees with wild North American plums, creating hardy hybrids that could withstand hot, arid summers and chilly winters. Fast forward to today, and you'll find dozens of commercial varieties thriving across the country. Santa Rosa, first released in California in 1906, prized for its sweet tart balance and ruby flesh. Black Amber, dark-skinned and exceptionally sweet, grown primarily in Washington. Satsuma, a Japanese heirloom variety famed for its perfumed aroma and golden skin. Each variety ripens on its own schedule. Santa Rosas kick off the season in July, while Satsumas often linger into late August, allowing growers to stretch out the harvest window and supply ripe plums for weeks on end. In recent years, orchards have gone high-tech. Weather stations perched atop gear sheds monitor wind speed, solar radiation, and humidity in real time, feeding data into farm management software that tells growers exactly when to irrigate and when to spray. Soil moisture probes buried at root depth transmit hourly readings, so drip irrigation systems apply water drop by drop, reducing waste by up to 40%. Drone-mounted multispectral cameras fly over the rows every 2 weeks, generating detailed health maps of the canopy. They flag heat-stressed zones or early signs of fungal infection, letting crews target interventions rather than blanket spraying the entire orchard. Meanwhile, predictive analytics models use historical weather and yield data to forecast harvest volume within a 5% margin of error, crucial for coordinating packing crews and refrigerated trucks. For many farms, embracing these precision ag tools has boosted yields by 12 to 20% and cut input costs by a similar amount. Proof that marrying old-school know-how with cutting-edge tech is the key to feeding a growing world. Beyond composting, many plum operations are establishing pollinator corridors, strips of native wildflowers along orchard edges that feed bees, butterflies, and other beneficial insects. These living fences not only boost pollination rates by up to 30%, but also strengthen biodiversity and soil health. Several farms have invested in on-site biogas digesters, which ferment prune pits and other organic waste to produce renewable energy. The captured methane runs irrigation pumps and even powers farmhand housing, slashing reliance on fossil fuels. Water recycling systems capture wash water from the packing line, funneling it through sand filters and UV treatment before it's reused for pre-harvest dust suppression. Every drop saved is a drop they don't have to draw from aquifers already strained by drought. These eco-innovations underscore a simple truth. In modern agriculture, sustainability isn't just good ethics, it's good business. Plums aren't just a treat for your taste buds, they're a nutritional powerhouse. A single cup delivers 30% of your daily vitamin C, bolsters immune function with antioxidants like anthocyanins, and supplies nearly 10% of your fiber needs for healthy digestion. They're low on the glycemic index, making them a smart snack for sustained energy, and emerging research even ties plum polyphenols to improved bone density. When you bite into that sun-ripened flesh, you're getting crisp flavor and a mini multivitamin.
My huge Alain de Casse.
Her new restaurant.
Plums even shine in savory dishes. Try tossing wedges into a winter salad with arugula, toasted walnuts, and sherry shallot vinaigrette. And bar programs across the country are stirring plum puree into craft cocktails for complex, fruity notes you can't get from syrup alone. Beyond the farm gates, plum production sustains rural economies, supporting seasonal workers, packing house staff, and local suppliers. In counties like Fresno and Yakima, plum revenue helps fund schools, infrastructure projects, and small business loans. Community fairs celebrate the harvest each year with plum pie contests and juicing demos, cementing the fruit as both an economic driver and a cultural touchstone. In every sense, those 780 million pounds of plums ripple far beyond breakfast tables. They're the lifeblood of whole regions. In the rolling hills of California's Central Valley and Washington State's Wenatchee Valley, plum trees wake at dawn under a pale pink sky. As temperatures climb past 40 degrees, workers slip on neoprene-lined gloves and step onto ladders nestled between neat rows of trees. This is the realm of orchard management, where every branch is carefully pruned, every vine monitored for pests, and every fruit inspected for optimal ripeness. Plum harvesting today is a blend of human skill and mechanized efficiency. On smaller family farms, crews move row by row, hand-picking fruit to avoid bruising. Each plum gently twisted from its stem and placed into cushioned bins. But on larger operations responsible for millions of pounds annually, you'll find high-capacity mechanical harvesters. These machines use vibrating rods or comb-style attachments that gently shake fruit from trees onto conveyor belts below. Within seconds, thousands of plums cascade into cushioned bins, an engineering marvel that can harvest up to 200 tons per hour. Timing is everything in plum harvesting. Farmers track sugar levels, bricks, firmness, and color. Using refractometers and firmness testers, they sample fruit daily in the weeks leading to peak season, usually mid-July through late August, depending on variety. Once the data signals go, the harvest begins in earnest. Temperature holds the key. Mornings are ideal, when plums are firm and cool, minimizing spoilage. By noon, when heat and humidity rise, crews pause, ensuring that only the freshest, most vibrant fruit makes it into the supply chain. After picking, plums take a short ride to the packing house, where the real transformation begins. First, they enter an initial wash cycle. Soft sprays of ozonated water gently remove field dust, pollen, and pesticide residues, ensuring the fruit meets the highest food safety standards. The plums then tumble through mild sanitizing baths, followed by a second rinse. Next comes grading. Automated optical sorters scan each plum under high-definition cameras, checking for size, color consistency, and surface blemishes. Fruit that meets premium standards moves on to the export lane, destined for supermarkets and international markets. Those with minor imperfections are diverted to the processing lane, where they'll become dried plums, prunes, jams, or purees. Once sorted, packing teams hand-inspect batches before placing plums into foam-lined trays or mesh bags, each labeled with harvest date, farm origin, and variety, Santa Rosa, Black Amber, or Satsuma, to name a few. Finally, The fruit is cold chain stored at 32-34 degrees with 90 to 95% relative humidity to preserve freshness. In this controlled environment, plums can remain in prime condition for up to 6 weeks, giving distributors the flexibility to ship on demand. Throughout processing, sustainable farming practices are front and center. Many plum operations use solar-heated water for cleaning, recycle wash water through biofilters, and compost organic waste. By turning pits, peels, and off-grade fruit into nutrient-rich soil amendments, farms close the loop on waste, ensuring the orchard thrives for seasons to come.
I was born in a small farming village in Mexico where I spent the first 5 years of my life. And everyone there had their own small parcel of land that families worked to support their families. And I had a very happy childhood there. I grew up with a very large extended family, and my job was to play and stay out of trouble, basically. So when I was 5, my parents immigrated to a town called Ceres in Central Valley of California in a search for a better life for our family. They worked as farm workers all their working lives in California. And in fact, my mother in the summers would take me and all my siblings to help harvest fruits, various fruits, mostly boysenberries every summer. And we did that from the time I was about 10 years old to about 15 years old. So we would get up at the crack of dawn and go to work until it got too hot to continue working.
From these sun-drenched orchards, plums embark on a global voyage. Trucks shuttle pallets of cold stored fruit to regional distribution centers where coordinated logistics algorithms map out the fastest shipping routes. Domestic shipments move via refrigerated rail cars or trucks to grocery chains from coast to coast, delivering plums to city markets within 48 hours of leaving the farm. International exports require a more complex ballet. In Seattle and Los Angeles, port facilities equipped with controlled atmosphere (CA) chambers further slow the fruit's respiration rate. By lowering oxygen to around 2% and raising carbon dioxide, plums stay dormant, maintaining freshness for up to 60 days. From there, refrigerated containers cross the Pacific or Atlantic, bound for Asia, Europe, and the Middle East. Onboard temperature and humidity sensors relay real-time data to logistics managers who can adjust conditions mid-voyage. If a reefer shows a temperature spike, remote teams issue immediate corrective measures, preventing spoilage and reducing food waste. Once containers land, local distributors inspect pallet integrity, reevaluate firmness, and forward shipments to retail chains and wholesale markets worldwide. This intricate web of cold chain logistics transforms farm-to-table plums into a truly global phenomenon, letting consumers in Tokyo, London, and Dubai enjoy American-grown fruit at peak ripeness. Back in domestic markets, it's time to savor the results. Whether you bite into a juicy Santa Rosa plum or spoon, a spoonful of tangy black amber, the flavor profile reflects the orchard's heritage and climate. High sugar content, 14 to 18 degrees Brix, balances with bright acidity, creating that signature pluck on your tongue. Professional tasters evaluate each batch for sweetness, aroma, and texture. They look for a glossy skin, firm but yielding flesh, and a fragrance reminiscent of summer rain. In culinary circles, farm-to-table plums feature prominently in salads, sauces, and desserts. Think plum gastrique drizzled over seared duck or grilled plum halves topped with goat cheese and honey. Home cooks also get creative. Sliced plums fold into morning oatmeal or yogurt parfaits, while blended plum puree adds depth to cocktails and smoothies. And let's not forget dried plums, prunes, that pack a nutritional punch with fiber, antioxidants, and vitamins A and K. From the blossom-kissed branches of California orchards to dinner tables around the globe, The journey of 780 million pounds of plums is a testament to human ingenuity, sustainable plum farming, and the power of cold chain logistics.